And speak the truth and let the spirit fix our broke thinking. And if they ain't trying to ride, just afraid to say the right is right, just if they afraid to pick a side, just they standing on the sidelines, just if they prefer to stand by, just they lukewarm in it for Christ, just afraid to step into the light, just afraid to lose so they won't fight, just and if they ain't trying to ride, just
Overflow Battle Rap League, make some noise again. We had a dope time. This is the final battle on the Revival card. Before we get into these great MCs, these crazy guys that's about to, you know what I mean? We're going to shout out our sponsor, AGTG, All Glory to God. Check them out. Car Connects, check them out. So we're going to start off. Battler on my left, who's you?
Yo, A-Ward, Team Die Daily, YTG, Horseman, Drosies, we in the building. Shout out my brother Cannon, today's his birthday. Happy birthday, bro. Shout out my brother 97, man. Love y'all, man. Y'all be easy. Overflow, what up?
Yeah. Give it up for A-Ward, y'all. Give it up for A-Ward. Battler on my right, who's you?
It's your boy Lee Majors, man. We in the building, full proof, man. Let's get it, Overflow.
This is a one-round battle. Who's calling?
Nah, you go.
Who's calling?
He calling. He came from
Heads.
Hey, we'll call heads.
Yep.
Who did? Okay.
You want me to go on? You cool with that? You cool with that?
Everything.
Oh, yeah.
I bet.
Everything go. Hold on, I got to do one left hand.
It's heads. Look at God.
Everybody hold it down.
That's why I didn't want my homie to flip the quarter if you win.
He wasn't saved. That's why he flipped in your direction. I was just like, yo, let's get it. Let's get it. Yo, y'all can hear me, yo? Yeah. Let's go. I say, yo, Overflow. Yo, we finally back. First, I'm giving praise to God on the throne where my father is at. Yo, we got A-Ward. Such a treat. I don't know how to react. Lord, you tracked a horse here just for me. Okay, I gotta relax. What is, I say, yo.
Is that like some hair? It's like a hair thing or something?
I say, yo, why they call y'all the 4 horsemen? Ain't it 5 y'all? I got an army on the field with a whole tribe, Ward. Even if you try, Ward, even if you call the Navy SEALs in a flight force, I'm breaking the first seal and riding on a white horse. I say, yo, where Loso? Because he the most active, he the hardest. On URL by yourself, he passionate regardless. It's not good that your man should be alone, battling other artists. I'ma send Voice to walk down on him like Adam in the garden. Yo, I heard Street Hymns was a youth pastor. That is awesome. I applaud him. We should Bible study some more. First Kings, you know the prophets got the word from the Lord. Kind of remind me of his career and how it started, of course, because now it's clear. We see Elijah outrunning the horse. I'm coming for war. I say, yo, listen. I said, I'm coming for war. Everybody get in these hands. All 3 of y'all gonna have to see the dentist again. Or get in touch with your feelings like y'all sensitive men. I said, LeBron off his name alone to get a win from the fans. But if they give me a chance, I'll end Saga worse than Game of Thrones. Who saw Game of Thrones? I'll cripple his brain. Don't y'all realize? I say, yo, LeBron off his name alone to get a win from the fans. But if they give me, LeBron off his name alone to get a win from the fans. But if they give me a chance, I'll end Saga worse than Game of Thrones. Speaking of Game of Thrones, I'll cripple his brain. Don't y'all realize I got more than just one skill? Small minds never get the big picture like thumbnails. Acting like I lost for the battle is done. Chill. Closing their eyes for me. Lee ain't survived, did he? Sound like a puff deal. So you fire. I say, yo.
Oh, you straight. Yeah.
I said, you fire and I'm trash, just like your slogan say. I said, you fire.
That's one.
You fire and I'm trash, just like your slogan say. Maybe that's why I don't recycle, use materials that I wrote to say. But like, I said, maybe that's why I don't recycle, use materials that I wrote to say. But like toxic waste, I'm dangerous with a throwaway. If A Ward, I say, yo, if A Ward wanna play horse, then grab the ball and shoot. Or if you want a horseplay, I run up on this mule. We could play a game of horseshoes. I said we could play a game of horseshoes. Awful move, but you won't see it's a mistake until I'm tossing you. Let me talk to dude. I say yo. Let me talk to dude. I'm right from the bottom. My mother told me make room for the spirit. I provided them lodging. Now I'm housing authority and I'm from the projects. I say listen. Let me talk to dude, I'm right from the bottom. My mama told me make room for the spirit. I provided them lodging. Now I'm housing authority and I'm from the projects for you. So hold on, man. Hold on. Listen, I said for you, I brought a casket. Look what's inside it. Fine wardrobed in plastic. It looked like a closet. Drop it. I said, it looked like a fine wardrobed in plastic. It looked like a closet. Drop it. I said, when it come to rap, you actually grade A. You and Loso 2 and 2, woo! Y'all be snapping, they great. Last performance, they was talking about crack that they sling, blasting on them. They put attachments on the AK. Loso pulled out a giant Bible. It wasn't your average King James. I thought it was the Book of Mormon. Why y'all talking about ladders? They saints. I said,
Now you gotta go over there. Now you gotta go.
I said,
Now you gotta go over there.
Listen. I say,
You're screaming in the setup.
I say,
Let them punch it. Don't scream in the setup.
That's my man right here. That's my man right here. I say, I need a water.
Hold it down.
I say, when it come to rap, you actually grade A. You and Loso 2 on 2s be snapping, they great. Last performance, they was talking about crack that they sling, blasting on them. They put attachments on the AK. Loso pulled out a giant Bible. It wasn't your average King James. I thought it was the Book of Mormon. Why they talking about ladders? They saints? I say, you should be telling them about your spiritual weapons now. I got a gun so big, it shot 1/3 of the stars and knocked the devil down. I said, listen, you should be telling them about your spiritual weapons now. I got a gun so big, it shot 1/3 of the stars and knocked the devil down. Israel got charged with possession, they should have kept it down. You'll get 40 years for this desert if it was ever found. I said, listen. I say, my boy. I say, you should be telling them about your spiritual weapons now. I got a gun so big, it shot 1/3 of the stars and knocked the devil down. Israel got charged of possession. They should have kept it down. You'll get 40 years for this desert if it was ever found. And I don't need no ladder attachments on my weapon, clown. I knocked down the walls of Jericho with 7 rounds. Settle down.
7 rounds.
I say, settle down.
Biblical. You the greatest.
I say,
Greatest.
I I get joy seeing my peers moving up in the sport, knowing I had a hand in building something that come from the Lord. I ain't never got to see my name on one of them cards. You came all the way from Kansas City for this battle. I love the support. On your way back to KCA, I'm going to need you to say that I won an award. Don't come for me, dog. I said, listen. I said, don't come for me, dog. When you got Loso doing all of your dirt work, nobody want to die, but to see your brother die, that got to hurt worse. I said, how you repping the IV? You was supposed to battle Twerk first. Boy, you rejected that body like you was church hurt. I said, listen. I said, he rejected the body like he was church hurt. I mean, know what you worth, sir, because, bro, you chosen. I said, know what you worth, sir, because, bro, you chosen. But you full of pride and God lifts high, the soul that's broken. You be screaming, die daily. But, bro, that's bogus. Psych, you lied. He don't even own that slogan. What?
He owns it right there.
I said, he be screaming, die daily. But, bro, that's bogus. Psych, you lied. You don't even own that slogan. But, yo, when CHH was watered down and the feeling was weak, it was depending on you, Saga and Loso, depending on streets. Y'all the reason why we know Christian Pence is elite. Y'all stood in front of profanity and still you compete. Guns and ammo and still edge them by the skin of your teeth. But A-Ward ain't just, I said, yo, guns and ammo and still edge them by the skin of your teeth. I said, but A-Ward ain't just edge them. But A-Ward don't just edge them, he give them the beats. Even through racism, still you compete. You should be champion of the year, giving a speech, but you're not on a platform that begin in the streets. It's not like URL don't call him, he pick up they speak. How they gonna lowball him when they ain't give him his reach? But what about Jesus? He forfeited his status. Born into a sinful body with all of his habits, walked with us, miracles performed on the Sabbath, healed the sick, the lame man walked with his mattress. Yo, listen, I want y'all to say this with me. He died daily. I said, say it. He died daily. He loved with a heart full of passion. He died daily. On his back, he took multiple slashes. He died daily. Carried the cross like a horse in a carriage. He died daily. Discouragement, every form, every fashion. He died daily. Malnourishment, 40 days that he fasted. He died daily. You won't even go through a tournament. Jesus went through ultimate madness.
Yes! Amazing!
Say,
You're the best! You're the best! He's the best! He's the best!
I say, yo!
He's the best! He's really the best!
I say, yo! Some of y'all might not like the way I'm rhyming, but chill. Before you judge me, know that my assignment is real. If they ask what part of the Bible did I fulfill, Ecclesiastes, this was my time in the hill.
Make some noise for that round, y'all.
I said my Rebuttals gang.
Crazy!
It's crowd control. Silent. They hanging on to what A finna say. Knew I was nice the minute that I was gracing this place. He said, y'all got 5 horsemen. Mention Saga, Street, Loso, and me. Oops, you done made a mistake.
That was fire. I knew you was gonna do it. Let me get another one, baby,
I'm
please.
finna get to cooking this nonsense. The minute that he booked it and locked it. Because right when I walked in, you should have hung it up. Now it looked like a closet. I am that nice. You finna lay in ground. You finna lay in ground. Knew it the minute that I came to town. Don't make a sound. Hope something supernatural grabs you out the bag. You're gonna need an angel round, but wait. Let's go! Didn't he grab the shoe out the bag or an angel round? I am that.
Shoot.
So, Jesus Christ. Let's go, boy.
I'm on the silence. I'm the calm, the nicest. He died daily. He died daily. I'm gonna clip it down and monetize it.
That's crazy, yo.
That's something you can find true. You don't understand. You trying to give me advice when I'm on a different level. You need to find clues. I just showed you last round I can literally put people behind you.
Why I let him do that? Why did I let him do that? Why I let him do that? Oh my God. Why I let him do that? Oh my God. I should have knew better. 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 I should have knew better.
You don't care what he say. You the best.
We in the Bronx, most famously known for that Yankees team. I feel like you the visitor here, and it's a home plate for me, because you don't got a pin, stripes, hits. You a fan. I tell you, take a seat. As far as battles, mine are different. You can't compare with a single A perform. How can this be major league? You gonna take a swing? He gonna take a swing. You gonna take a swing? You got a bat, then carry it. This horse has to make his point with a bow like a Sagittarius. They said A Ward versus Lee Major. I laughed preparing this. They gave LMA. Oh, that's hilarious. I said this ain't a battle of the bros. It's a casket for a clone. An assassin to an average cat acting like he's dope. You get invited to my parties. I pay the taxes on the home. Your biggest battle's at Sharon. I got battles with Sharon. You should have known.
That was crazy. 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 I wanted to give him dap with that one. I'm trying to give him dap. That was fire.
He should have known. He should have known. Every bar gonna feel like a clothesline. He tell his ops it's Lee Major, but before Salvation it was Lee James, and I told nines. I seen you beat McKims and Kane. You finished your food. Bro, shine. You could say James won 8, but he was double-minded the whole time. I said, bro.
That's not true.
We can get back to the fact, and if you wasn't reacting to that, and you hear that means K-Jack Sunday school classes are trash. I am.
He said he was gonna say that. He said he was gonna say that. You stupid, yo.
I said you got no grind, and I'ma state why. Overflow got TH 3 or 4 cats that rather imitate than take pride. Be yourself. Saga got where he's at by being unique and got his rank high. That's why you remind me of the Ozarks, but not the birds, a family of killers that stay live, the Langmores, because in the end, 3 gonna be the only one that ain't died, bro. What?
That was up to the last episode.
I said 3 gonna be the only one that ain't died. Hey, you don't understand. I was playing with you at first, but now I talk different like JJ. They know me everywhere in New York, like K-Slay. They looking confused because we fighting and I'm winning. Y'all keep a straight face. Should have known the minute you put me and Lee together, it'd be a melee. Hey.
That was fire. You're good with the words. Good with the words.
I take pride in my craft heavy. Colder than the ice in my black Yeti. AGTG. I can't rep this while he repping this knowing he had that trash ready. I make him cancel your contract, send me them t-shirts. I'm that petty. I get to switching the sound. I ain't gonna lie, to sponsor the fashion all dope. I be digging the style, but if it came down to me or you, are you kidding me, pal? I mean, I don't know lease agreement, but he ain't kicking me out, so we finna get to
I hate him, son. He is petty. He's petty in real life. I think he's gonna do it.
I said, I'm finna finish this round. You thought this was your meal ticket, obituary, and his will written. It said, Mr. James Bond grew strong. Wait, to the real critics, if you mad that I'm flipping his government James instead of the other couple of names and it feel different, understand, I battle Ness, Lee, and Bars Major. Deal with it. So Major, Major, Lee, James, I'm flipping off 3 names. This is Peyton to Ryan Leaf. They said don't start with major, like going straight to the minor leagues. Well, leeway, better give me space or relying deep. He on his way to New York talking to the Bugs. Now he James and the Giant Peach. Capiche? Yo, keep the passion, brother. Keep the passion, brother. I got major upset in this round like a bracket buster, but we ain't got no static, sucker. So if you sent for me, just remember how to approach a gingerly. Gingerly. In your round, I was annoyed, I know it. I felt like you had a whole bunch of personals, and that's your choice, you own it. But we're gonna talk personals now. We won't talk personals now. I barely got a band in this league. Like Voice the Poet, I am cold.
Oh, shoot, a band in this league.
I said,
That's crazy. I didn't get that till later.
I said, you hit me, partner. We talked about where my fees started, got right back. You said the budget's a little lower, and I responded. I took a lesser charge. I even helped Lee bargain. We got it. Sent the deposit. I tell him patience, the meek harvest. I know I can sell my old stuff in the sale, but I'm just hoping that's something that we can get to flea market. If flea market, just know that you finna go in the ground. Look, I love all y'all. Take my advice. Less is more. I don't care if you're not owning it now. You and Redeemed was a 35-minute, 1-round batter. Bro, it's a lot. So it makes sense y'all call this Overflow, because some of y'all don't know in the style. But I do, and that's why this was a style clash. Fire, trash, he finna fall in line. Overflow, God is good.
All the time.
Yeah, make some noise for that battle. It's crazy.
Good joint, bro.
I say, yo, when it come to rap, you actually grade A. You and Loso 2-on-2s be snapping, they great. Last performance, they was talking about crack that they sling, blasting on them. They put attachments on the AK. Loso pulled out a giant Bible. It wasn't your average King James. I thought it was the Book of Mormon. Why they talking about ladders? They saints? Yo, I say, yo, you should be telling them about your spiritual weapons now. I got a gun so big, it shot 1/3 of the stars and knocked the devil down. I said, listen, you should be telling them about your spiritual weapons now. I got a gun so big, it shot 1/3 of the stars and knocked the devil down. Israel got charged with possession, they should have kept it down. You'll get 40 years for this desert if it was ever found. I said, listen. I say, yo.
He gonna take a swing. You gonna take a swing. You got a bat and carry it. This horse has to make his point with a bow like a Sagittarius. They said A Ward versus Lee Major. I laughed preparing this. They gave LMA. Oh, that's hilarious. This ain't a battle of the bros. It's a casket for a clone. An assassin to an average cat acting like he's dope. You get invited to my parties. I pay the taxes on the home. Your biggest battle's at Sharon. I got battles with Sharon. You should have known.